Got to get the framing right. Got to get the framing right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Yes, it's Thursday night, going into Friday, and we are back with everyone's favourite bear. It's the TB bear, TB the bear. Oh, look at him, he's so excited, You know why? Because it's F122 release, well, almost release day. Yes, almost. We'll be in a few hours, won't it, TB? Yes, he's so happy. He loves Formula One, don't you, TB? He loves Formula One. That's the way the head goes, TB. That's the way the head goes. Now, if you just watch the beginning of that, you will see that, yes, the bastard postman finally delivered. And I've just noticed something really. I'm just trying to get it out of the light so you can see it properly. There you go. I've just noticed something absolutely horrible. Where's Lulu? Oh my goodness, it's the changing of the guard, everyone. The changing of the guard. There's no more Lulu on the cover of F1 games. Oh dear, Lewis Hamilton fans. Oh dear. Explosion time. I suggest if you want to campaign against something, you need to get on Twitter right now and campaign about the fact that Lewis Hamilton's not on the cover of F122. That's what you need to complain about. Yes, don't worry about anything else. Just complain about that, because we need more complaining in this world. We really do. So yes, no Lewis. I'm doing this in reverse because I'm forgetting the camera, because I'm going over there, and that's my George Russell, that is, with my finger. But I've got to do it reverse order. There's George Russell, look. And there's Charles Leclerc. And there's Lando. We love you, Lando. Ah, shut up. Fuck's sake. So there it is. So we are doing a quick stream tonight, because it means I will be back later on this. Yes, for my usual shenanigans stream, which everyone loves every year. Because if you remember last year when I was trying to select the paint scheme for my car, and because I'm colourblind, it was comedy gold. It was. Josh Stock, Simone Yorksman, thought it was the best thing since Dad's Army. He honestly did. He's like a rabbit caught in headlights. He tried to look away, but he just couldn't, and it's just like ridiculous. Yes, because I am colourblind. I can only see 3 colours. Yes, 3 colours. So I don't know how many colours are on there, but I can see red and that's black. I don't know what colour that is. No idea at all. But yes, so it was great. It was great. Me trying to select a livery for a car when I can't see the colours. Whoopsie. Oh, my sexy bear. Oh yeah, my sexy bear. Oh. Anyway, enough fornicating with the bear. As I say, gotta get on. Otherwise, we'll be on the internet all night. Let's go and log on to YouTube and see all these millions of comments. Now, if anyone's seen also today, the Money in Yorkshire, Mr. Josh Stocks, has actually uploaded a video to his channel. Yes, Forrest comes back, everyone. Forrest comes back like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get inside. My name's Forrest. I don't have to do the voice because that's me normally. That's my normal voice. Yeah, that is me. Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear. Where's my live stream? YouTube, my live stream is not top of the list. What's this? What's this heresy? Oh my God, I'm going to show you this. Make sure there's nothing you can see that's derogatory to me. No, we're okay. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Look, top of my YouTube list. Get into focus, camera. Camera, focus. Camera, focus. You're not going to... Well, you can see what it is, can't you? So, bastard However with his fucking F122. My team. Fucking my team. Fuck me. Unbelievable. Where's my stream? YouTube? Bastards. I've got to go to my own channel to find it. Find my own stream. Unbelievable. Oh, there it is. There it is. Fantastic. Well done. Oh, we've got adverts on it as well. I didn't even ask to put adverts on it. Well done. Well done, YouTube. Right, here we are. Hello, Mr. Scott Barnes. He says, hi, Dave. Yes, very well. Thank you, mate. Very well. Thank you to the stream. Thank you. You're one of 2 viewers tonight. Yes. Unfortunately, viewership and ratings and views on YouTube are very, very low at the moment due to the release of F122. It's only to be expected. Anyone who does anything that isn't F122 at the moment is not going to expect very many views whatsoever. So I'd like to thank in advance my 16 views for the All Seasons on Sunday. Yes, thank you very much for that. Yes, because that's on the 2020. No, 22. It's 22, Dave. 22. But it's okay because it happens every single year, and in about 2 weeks' time, when it all dies down, it will go back to normal again. But at the moment, yeah, if you're not got a video with F122 in the title, you're pretty stuffed right now. Pretty stuffed. So don't even bother. Don't even bother. Hello, Mr. KTM Milner. He says, evening. Surprised no Max or Lewis on the cover. I am surprised at that. Yes, I am surprised indeed. I mean, Lulu's been on that cover for God knows all of the PS4 games. Back to 2015 he was on that cover, wasn't he? And now, in 2022, he is no longer. No longer. Okay, so as I said, I've got to condense everything down because I'm going to come back later on and I have other things to do, so I've got to get this done as quickly as possible. So, in the news this week, of course, Silverstone. Yes, it's the British Grand Prix. Now, will Lewis Hamilton take out Max Verstappen again at Silverstone? Well, I'm going to say no because it'll probably be 17th on the grid. Stop it, Dave. Stop it. You're so naughty. It's poor little Lulu. Poor little Lulu. Poor little Lulu. Oh. Now, have Mercedes finally solved the porpoise? Oh, God. This porpoising now is getting ridiculous. Is anyone else completely fed up with this porpoising malarkey now? It's just beyond a joke. Just, for God's sake, you're the best in the business. Just sort it out. Other people have sorted it out, so just sort it out now and stop going on about the porpoising, okay? It's nothing to do with the porpoising, I don't think anyway. No. I think the Mercedes car is just not a very good car this year. It's just not up there. They have built an Edsel, or it's a DeLorean this year. Yes, this year's it's even the same colour as well, which is quite interesting. Yes, this year Mercedes unfortunately have built a DeLorean. Yes. Next year, hopefully they'll build something better. But for this year, they need to stop focusing, and they are really focusing on this porpoising, and just try and improve the package that they've got. Move on to next year, and hopefully the car will be better. But there's nothing that's going to be able to change the Mercedes for this year, unless the FIA has to do a fundamental rule change, which isn't going to happen. So just put up with it. This is exactly what happened to Williams in 1998. If you remember that, when they lost the Renault engine and they had to use the Mechachrome, which basically was a Renault, but it was a customer Renault engine, which means that it didn't have the support of all the Renault engineers. It was basically an engine that Williams team themselves had to develop and sort out, which is always a lot more difficult than you'd think, because, you know, these engineers are, well, they're the best in the field. So, yeah, and so they had that in 1998 when they lost that. And then, of course, they lost some of their tobacco sponsorship. So they went with another tobacco company, which was Winfield, of course. And that's why the car changed to the horrible red and white, which I hated on the Williams car. Absolutely hated. No, that was not a Williams as far as I'm concerned. But, of course, they suddenly found that they were no longer at the front of the grid. In fact, they were pretty much in the middle of it. So, yeah, and there was nothing they could do with the car. There was a lot of other problems going around at that time as well. Of course, you had the Ayrton Senna trial nonsense where they were all getting taken to court. And, of course, Frank Williams had the touring car team running as well. And Frank admitted that with all that was going on, unfortunately, it did take the focus off of Formula One, and he admits that he did take his eye off the ball for 1998. He wasn't there as much as he wanted to be, and basically the car design, and don't forget, of course, Adrian Newey had left Williams at that point, and so his expertise wasn't there. Adrian Newey designed the car for 97, but he left at the beginning of 97, and that's when he secretly went to McLaren. I mean, he was there all through 97, and but you never saw him. But he was there working secretly for McLaren, because that's why he produced the 98 car, which absolutely wiped the floor with everyone. But yeah, the 97 Williams was designed by Adrian Newey, and that's why it won the World Championship. But in 1998, of course, it wasn't. And so Frank had to go with whoever he had, in the department to do the car, which obviously wasn't Adrian Newey. And because of the Senna trial nonsense and everything else that's going on with the touring car championship as well that he'd entered in as Renault, it was all took his eye off the ball of Formula One, and unfortunately the car ended up being a bit of a dog, but there was nothing they could do with it, so they just had to run it until the end of the year. It was a lot better in 99, but it still wasn't up there. It was only when BMW came in 2000 that things started to slowly improve, with Jenson Button coming into the team as well. But it was a very, very slow improvement. They only really sort of hit their highs back in, I think, 2002, 2003 again, when you had Juan Pablo Montoya, and they were regularly getting up there into the high points. Yes, and for a few years anyway. But that took such a long time for 97. It was unbelievable. And hopefully this won't happen to Mercedes. Hopefully this is just a 1 year thing where they've just designed a car that isn't that great, and they'll come back next year. I think they should come back next year with a simpler design, a design that's pretty much the same as the other cars, because that flat side pod thing, obviously, I'm not saying it's not working, but it's certainly not making the car into a rocket ship, is it? So I think they should just abandon that and come back with a car that's pretty much the same as all the others. And I think they'll probably do a lot better next year if they do that. They were going, I think, too radical in their design, because that's not the car that was seen in testing, completely different. So I think they should have just stuck with the original one and just gone with it. But anyway, hopefully they will be back next year a lot stronger than they are this year. Not to say that they've been weak. I mean, George Russell, he's had that car up there quite a few times on the podium, hasn't he? Lewis, Lulu, Lulu, oh dear, Lulu. So yeah, he's been up there on the podium a few times. So it's not a dreadful car by any stretch of the imagination. I would say it's probably only just behind the Ferrari, to be honest, just behind the Ferrari. And so yeah, it's doing okay. It's just not a championship winning car this year, as I say. Someone's probably taken their eye off the ball, or like the designers this year, because of the new regulations, didn't interpret it as good as they thought they had, and the other teams have interpreted the regulations correctly, and it's worked out to be a car that's not quite as good. So anyway, so there it is. There's Silverstone this weekend. Should be a fantastic race. Of course, anyone who's poor in the UK, don't worry. Seriously, don't worry, because you will get the whole of the race live, free television. Yes, free television. Channel 4 in the UK, the whole of the race and the practice sessions. I noticed that earlier. The practice sessions, they're all live as well on Channel 4 for everyone who's poor, like me. Yes, so that'll be great. Get a little bit extra for Silverstone this weekend. And we will see what happens. Unfortunately, as I said last week, I think Maxi Boy is really going to take over this championship very, very quickly. And because we've got 4 races in July, we will see by the end of those 4 races. And if Max has pretty much won all the 4 of those, I think that's going to be it for the championship. I know that's very early to call, but it has happened. Don't forget, Michael Schumacher won a championship with still 6 races to go. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility. And especially now, with the point situation for 25 points for a win, it's very, very entirely possible that Max could win the championship with still 6 rounds left of the season to go. So we will see. But I reckon the turning point will be the end of July, after these 4 races are out of the way. If Max has pretty much won all 4 of those, I think he's definitely on target to win the World Championship very, very easily indeed. So yeah, Silverstone, home of the British Grand Prix, as Murray Walker used to say. God bless you, Murray. God bless you. He's up there now, looking down at us. Yes. In some situations with dismay, I would think. With dismay. Yes. And talking about that, I was going to have a long discussion today about something else, but I've decided not to because unfortunately this subject has blown up on Twitter completely. And it's just, I think everything that's been said about it has been said about it. So I don't think me adding to it is going to make any difference. I would just say Nelson Piquet and be done with it. Okay, as I say, it's completely blown up everywhere on Twitter, and I don't want to get involved in anything on YouTube that's going to get me, into trouble. So I'm not going to comment on it any further whatsoever. But yes, it's been an interesting week for Formula One, as it always is every single week. Yes, during the season, and Lewis Hamilton likes to make sure during the off season that it still gets relevant as well. Yes. We love Lulu. We love Lulu. I'm going to be so disappointed when he leaves the sport. I really am. So disappointed. I hope Lulu stays until 2026. At least. At least. But I don't think he'll be in a Mercedes. Anyway. So that's it, I think. Because there won't be many people watching this stream because, as I said, it's the launch day of F122. Everyone's playing the game to death. Well, I say that. Looking at my friends list last night on the old PlayStation, there wasn't very many people playing it. Now, obviously, it hasn't officially launched yet until tomorrow. So tomorrow is the crux of the situation, and we will see what happens. I have heard some pretty average reviews for the game, I have to say. Yes, in fact, the whole game averages out about 6 to 7 out of 10, I have to say. And, of course, apparently there's a lot of bugs creeping in already, and it hasn't even launched properly yet. Now, of course, this is going to be a problem because tomorrow, when all the servers are full up with millions of Brazilians wanting to play the game, and if there's problems with it, it's going to be a right old ding-dong on Twitter. There's going to be lots of videos posted. Yes, but apparently there are a few bugs and glitches, but there's always a few bugs and glitches with these Codemasters games every single year. I mean, the patches right now are getting ridiculous. I mean, we're going to end up soon with a Formula 1 game. It's going to end up with 36 patches at the end of it. I think this one, 2021, had about 26, something like that. 20 patches, something like that anyway. Can't remember. They keep making them into really long numbers now just to confuse you, so you don't actually know how many there was. Yeah. Yeah, see, they're clever, aren't they? Clever. Just this really long number now. A patch was 1,400,000. Yeah, so you can't work out which one it was. But I can still remember. There's about 20 odd patches for 2021. So there's probably going to end up with about 26 for 2022. Now, of course, you would sort of say to yourself, why don't they just make a game that works properly? Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Who makes a game that works properly these days? No one. No one makes a game that works properly. No. They make the game to a point, yes, possibly 85% complete, and then the rest they complete in patches. That's it, basically. But that is due to time restraints, because I've only got a year to make these Formula 1 games, because the next one's got to come out, because they're on a schedule. So, yeah, they get it complete to about 85%, release the game, and they say it's finished, but they know it's not finished. But then they just, anything that goes wrong, they just do it in patches. And that's how it's been for quite a few years now. Now, the trouble with that is, back in the day of discs only, no internet, they had to get it right first time. Yeah, I mean, occasionally they didn't, but it was very, very rare. And so the game had to work. Now, laziness. Don't even have to bother. Fix it later. Yeah, we'll put a patch in that, mate. Put a patch in that. I remember F1 2010. Now, I love 2010. Absolutely love 2010. Or was it 2011? It was one of those anyway. I got to Suzuka. I think it was on season 2. Season 2 of Suzuka. And I went to move on to the next Grand Prix. And the screen went blank. And I went, oh my God, what's happened? Was my PS3 broken? What's going on? And that was it. So I restarted the PS3. Went to the game again, which I can't remember which one it was. It might have been 2010 or 2011. And went to Suzuka. And the screen went blank again. And I thought, what? So I had to go through all the internet forums to see if any... And yes, it was a bug in the game. You couldn't get past Suzuka in Season 2. No. It just went to a blank screen. So they released a patch for it. And back then I was like, a patch? What is this? What is this strange? I didn't even know what a patch was. I thought, what does this even mean, a patch? And I downloaded this patch, which I didn't know what it was. And I thought, download it? So what's this going to do then? And it's as if by magic, it was fixed. And it moved on from Suzuka on to the next Grand Prix. And I was like, how on earth did that happen? What kind of Harry Potter magic is this? What's going on? How did it fix itself? No, I was very confused at the time, which is not unusual. I'm still confused now. But yeah, I couldn't work out how it fixed itself magically over the internet. Yes, over the internet. Of course, now we know. But back then it was like, what? What? A game can fix itself? What? I mean, back in the day, if that happened, you just throw it in the bin and say, that's it, done with it. F1 2004. They released that with a horrible pit stop glitch, whereas when the other cars started to come in, the cars that were on the track started to slow down really horribly. They couldn't fix it. It was a game. It was released. How can you fix it? So the only way they could fix it was they re-released it on Platinum and they took the bug out. That was the only way they could fix it. So Platinum was the only way back then. If anyone remembers Platinum for games for PlayStation, they used to release the game on full price, and then six to 12 months later, they'd release it again for $19.99 on the Platinum range. Yeah, it was great, and I think they should bring that back. Yeah, I think they should bring that back, especially now with the cost of living crisis. I think that would be great to actually re-release the games again 6 months later for Platinum. And don't forget, if they did that, nowadays they could re-release it and all the patches would be included already in the game, which I think would be a great idea. Instead of having to, wait 6 months for them eventually to sort these things out, it'll be a fully sorted out game in 6 months, and it'll be half price as well. What could be better than that? But they won't. No, that's just me rambling again. Just me rambling. So there you go. We have got Silverstone this weekend and the F122 game launch, which I should be on later with a stream of this. Yes, despite the fact that EA wouldn't let me play it, I will be playing it later, and you'll get the lowdown on whether it's any good or not. Which I'm possibly going to say, I don't know. I will reserve judgment. Anyway, as I said, I wanted to keep the stream quick because I've got other things to do before I come back later. Oh my God, we've got lots of messages. JW97. Let me just move my keyboard back a bit so I can read these out. Then we'll go to the lads, but I want to read the messages out first because anyone who's watched these streams will know that as soon as the lads come on, it's a little bit hard to read out your messages because I can't get a word in edgeways. So I shall read your messages out now. It's not my fault. I mean, anyone who goes to a party or whatever and there's lots of people talking, you can't get a word in edgeways, can you? You can't. You just no, I won't bother then. JW97 says, just got back from a league race on GT7. Lag was atrocious, chaos galore, and a bug which forced the race to end early. Yes, I've been hearing a lot of things about GT7. In fact, a lot of people have now said that GT7 is the worst Gran Turismo game ever. And that to me is very, very disappointing. If you factor in the fact that they've had, 5 years to make this game? Now, you can't use the Codemasters excuse for that. Codemasters can say, yeah, we've got a 12-month development, well, in fact, only a 10-month development cycle to make this game. So, problems are going to occur. That's fair enough. But GT Sport came out in 2017. Okay? Now, we know that it had a lot of updates and patches and whatever for GT Sport. But basically, they would have started making GT7 from about 2018 onwards. So that's 2018, 19, 20, 20. Bloody hell. So they've had about 5 years to make GT7. So it's not really acceptable. I don't think. Not really acceptable. I mean, imagine if Rockstar, ho, if they ever do, imagine if they came out of a Grand Theft Auto game and it was completely full of bugs. Just wouldn't be acceptable, would it? Not after such a long development, especially now. Jesus Christ, 2013. 2013 with the last time we had a Grand Theft Auto game. But yeah, it wouldn't be acceptable, would it? But there you go. Right. Will F1 says Williams finished third and 38 points in 1998 and fifth in 99 with 35 points. Wowzers. Fifth in 99 with 35 points. Yeah, you see, there's not a lot of points difference, but 2 places down. Yeah. Yeah. But the actual car in 99 was a lot better than the 98 car. I mean, whoever designed the 98 car, even Frank Williams admitted that if he'd have been more on the ball, he certainly would never have allowed a car to gone through the design phase and actually be passed with the front suspension struts actually coming out of the monocoque cockpit. You go back and have a look at the 98 design, the suspension struts are actually coming out of the cockpit. It's like there wasn't enough room to actually have the whole of the suspension strut in the cockpit, so they just like sort of they made these little bumps on the top of the cockpit for the suspension struts to hold into. You know, aerodynamically it must have been absolutely crazy, but it was passed back then. So yeah, don't know. And Ralph Schumacher scored all of Williams' 1999 points. Yes, of course, he had, was it Alex Zanardi? Yes, Alex Zanardi was his teammate, wasn't he, in 99? And unfortunately didn't do very well in the team. This is a problem for some drivers who come out of IndyCar and go into F1. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they just can't get to grips with the different sort of performance and the different handling characteristics of an F1 car. And the same goes in reverse as well. If you come out of F1 and go into IndyCar, sometimes you just can't hack it. Just look at the F1 and IndyCar history and you will see everything about that. About sometimes it's worked for some drivers, sometimes it hasn't. Mercedes 2022 is basically modern day Ferrari 2005. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Matthew says, good evening, TB. TB says, good evening, Matthew. How are you? He says he's very much... Wait, what's that? Oh, he says he very much enjoys your late night streams of these funny little indie games. He says they're very good and he watches them intently, he does. Yes, he says, well done. Very nice. Something for a TB to watch late at night while he's up here pretending to be asleep. Matthew says Nelson Piquet should be banned from F1 media and fined for his comments. Yes, I agree with you, Matt. I agree with you. I've said on the in our Facebook group, I mean, it was said in Portuguese. It was a bad translation and everything like that. You know, so these things happen, but I don't know. As I say, I was going to go into a long debate about it, but as I say, it's completely blown up on Twitter about it, so I don't really want to go into any sort of controversy about it. But yeah, there's not much you can say really. And you can't use you can't really use the old he's an old guy excuse either, because you know that really doesn't wash. He's also a very experienced sort of social media person, because he's been in the spotlight for very many years, so he would know, even in Portuguese, even through a bad translation, that the words he's using could be misinterpreted later down the line as something else. The only thing I'd add to that is the fact that apparently this interview was a year ago, or 6 months ago, or a year, something like that anyway, and it's only just come out now, just before the Silverstone Grand Prix. That I find a little bit suspect. But there you go. That's the cancel culture we live in these days, isn't it? But yeah. So apart from that, I really can't, make any more comment, because, as I say, it's blown up on Twitter. I was going to make lots of comments, but yeah, I just don't want to get involved in controversy. Will says, to be honest, Verstappen could win the title in Suzuka round 18. To win with 6 races left, he'd need to increase his lead by 110 points in the next 7 races. I understand. So by back round 18, yeah, he could win it. Verstappen could win 5 or 6 championships in a row if their main threat is Ferrari. Yeah, that's quite true, Matt. Quite true indeed. And then, of course, we're going to end up, if that happens, with the old he's always winning again fatigue that we had so many times in the past. We've had it with Lewis Hamilton, and of course we had it with Michael Schumacher as well. Because people just get bored when the same person keeps winning championships. It's just human nature, really, isn't it? I mean, Max has won it for the first time. Everyone, let's not go down that road. Max won the championship, okay? Max won it, okay? Yeah. So, yeah, he's won it for the first time. Everyone was happy for him. And even this year, everyone will still be happy for Max to win the championship. No problem whatsoever. Once it gets to the third championship, everyone will still be happy for Max to win the championship. When we get to the fourth one, that's when it will start. That's when the fatigue will set in and everyone will start going, oh God, can we have someone else now, please? You know, it's just human nature. We want to see constantly other people, you know, being up there on the top. We don't want to see the same person. And unfortunately, when dominance comes along that strong, it does tend to hold on for quite a few years, which is a shame, but it does. It doesn't seem to be there for like a year. So this could be the Red Bull era returning again like it did 2010 to 2013. We will see. If Mercedes don't improve and if Ferrari are Red Bull's main threat, Verstappen might go and win every championship until the engine rules come in. That's true. 2026, I think, isn't it? They're changing the engine rules. They're getting rid of one of the engine components, aren't they? Is it the MGU-H? I think it's the MGU, the heat one part of the engine. They're getting rid of that for 2026. So there's only going to be 2 failure points, the actual ICE and the MGUK, I think, and of course all the other bits that are bolted onto it. You've got the turbocharger and, you know, everything else. But yeah, so they're going to remove one of those parts for 2026. I think the engine's going to be the same though, isn't it? So that's not going to change, unfortunately. I'm never a fan of the hybrid, but this is the world we live in now, so we got to put up with it. Nothing else we can do. So anyway, that's the first part, because as I said, I may be back later. So we are going to see whether we can finish up with some people's favourite part of the show, some people's not so favourite part of the show. Some people are still moaning at me in my YouTube comments about Joe the other week with his shirt off. Yes. Apparently those nipples were just too much for some people to bear. Yes, they just, no, they couldn't. They were like, no, put it away now, put it away. So yes, I'm still getting comments about that. So thanks for that, Joe. Well done indeed. Right, this is the favourite part of the show, which sometimes doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work. Right, I've got to switch myself off. Boom! Right, we're just going to go to the general group and see if anyone answers. What do you reckon? We will find out. Oh, I've got to get rid of everyone. Hang on. That one. We've got left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll get rid of that one because he doesn't speak. He doesn't speak. Have I got rid of too many here? No. Okay. Got to put my headphones on. Oh, it's ringing. Bloody hell. Beep. See, no one's going to answer tonight. No one's about. They're all playing F122. Hello, Mr. I Am Patriot. He says, Dave. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time to see lots of naked guys. Yeah. If that's your thing, then you've come to the right place. It's not my thing at all, but there you go. Oh, look, this is it. The first Hookster Talks failure. The first Hookster Talk. Nobody's going to answer. You know why? Because they're all going to be going, nah, I can't be bothered, mate. Can't be bothered. Oh, my goodness. Wowzers, me trousers. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Now, I just want to say, Josh, that it's only going to be a short one tonight because, unfortunately, I'm going to be doing something else later.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to come in the post today, but it did, unfortunately. So there we go.
A day early, then, is it, or?
Well, yeah. Officially launch day's tomorrow, so yeah, it has come a day early. But this does happen with these online sites when you buy stuff. Sometimes they do deliver it a day early, so that's good. But I was hoping it was going to be tomorrow, and then I could just do this tonight and then live stream tomorrow. But no, it comes today, so I've got to do it tonight. So yes, thank you, Mr. Postman. So how are you, young man?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
Chilling, always.
You are the saviour of my stream tonight because you're the only one that answered.
See, I'm just perfectly timed, Dave.
I know.
The ones I don't answer, I know other people are coming.
Exactly. I think they're all off playing F122. F122, that's what it is. Now,
yeah,
Josh,
you'll have to go join them, Dave.
I know. Now, Josh, I mentioned this earlier, okay? Can you spot the heinous crime in this picture of F122?
I certainly can, but I'm not going to mention it.
Well, I mentioned it, obviously, because that's me. But I can't believe it.
Where is he?
Where is he?
One?
Where is he? Where's he gone? Now, this is what Twitter needs to blow up about. This is what we need on Twitter right now. Where is Lulu?
Yes.
Where's Lulu?
Yeah.
Changing of the guard, Josh.
No Lulu.
Changing of the guard, Josh. Look, the youngsters have overtaken.
But there's no Max either.
No, there's no Max.
There's no Max either, though.
I know, that is weird. I must admit, I can't understand why there's no Max. Look at that, though.
Yeah.
I saw that and I laughed for about 15 minutes solid. As soon as I took it out of the bag, I went, what? Where's Lulu?
Where's Lulu?
I mean, he's been on the front cover since 2015.
Yeah, since they started doing them on the front covers, though. So
exactly, yeah. So since they did them on PlayStation 4, he has been on the front cover. So that's the last, eight games, isn't it? 20. I can't do maths. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 8 games. The last... Did you like that, Josh? You like that? I was doing it with fingers.
That was quick maths, Dave. I was impressed with that.
For the last 8 games, or the last 7 games, I should say, he's been on the cover. And for game number 8, he's not there. He's not there, Josh. I think we should do something about this. We need to do a GoFund something for Lulu because this is ridiculous. I mean, does he get paid royalties for being on the cover?
Is Is he on the champion one though?
Ah, now that's a good point. You could be right there. He might be on the Champions one. Unfortunately, I didn't want to spend the 80 quid on the Champions one, so I'm going to have to go through the rest.
There's no unfortunately about it. I don't want to buy the basic one, so.
So I might have to go through the whole of the year without Lulu on the cover. That's a good point. Let me just see if I can bring up the cover of the Champions edition. See if it's on there.
Have a look.
F122. Be laugh he's not on that one as well. Here we are. Ah! Oh my god! I just got to wait for the page to load. He's on there, and so
he's definitely there, yeah.
And Maxi Boy's on there as well, and Vettel, and Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, they're the four. Yeah, they are the four. Yeah. There's no one else, is there, on the grid now? That's a champ.
No, everyone else has gone or retired or whatever. Yeah. Wow.
Bloody hell, so if Max hadn't won it last year, there'd have just been 3, and they're all like really old, like in comparisons, like the young blood.
Yeah. I can't.
That's mad. That
Fernando looks very, very weird, Josh. He looks like he's been photoshopped. He looks about 26. I don't know what's happened. What have you done to Fernando Alonso? Let me see if I can.
Is that maybe trying to make him look like what he was when he won the championship, 2006?
Let me see if I can bring it up on here so you can see it.
Don't be switching me off, Dave.
Oh, don't worry, I won't be. What the hell? My tablet's just started playing The Life and Lies of Boris Johnson. What the hell did that come up? Look, hang on, can you see that?
Yes, I can. There he is.
Look, honestly, it just started playing,
wow.
and I didn't even touch it. What the hell?
Bloody hell! It's a sign, that, Dave.
That is a sign. Anyway, fuck off,
Dave
Boris.
for Prime Minister.
Fuck off, Boris. I can't stop it. Fuck off, Boris. That's it. He's gone. Bloody hell. Right, F1 Champions Edition. La la la.
Yeah, my connection's a little bit shit, Dave. You keep dropping out. I know it's my internet.
Yeah, it's all right. It's probably because I'm looking up this as well, so it's probably slowing.
It could be a bit of both.
Slowing the stream down. Yeah, right. Let's see if I can get this into. Oh, here we go. Can you see that? Can you?
No.
Can you see it now?
No.
You can't see anything.
No, I can just see you.
Oh, that's weird. Oh. Technically. Oh, I suppose it'd have to actually be with me, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah. No, think about it, Dave. Think about it. Come on.
Well, whatever. Now, there's probably a way I can add this, but I haven't sorted that out yet. Yeah.
Fuck it off.
Anyway, as I said, Fernando Alonso looks about 26 years old. He's definitely been photoshopped. Outrageous. So
what else have you been discussing on the stream, Dave?
Oh, just the. Well, that's weird because it's actually on my stream, that picture I put up, but you can't see it. Well, that's weird.
Oh,
yeah.
So you've sorted it that end, but I can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it. How weird is that? Yeah, even Matt in the chat says we can see it.
No.
It's just
you. I'll have to not join these chats in future. I'll just have to watch them.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Matt in the chat says, how much did you end up getting F122 for, Dave? I'll tell you exactly, Matt. I got it from the game collection, and it was $47.95, and that was the cheapest I could find it on disc, obviously, because I wasn't going on that bloody digital download. Josh, 60 fucking quid they want for that. 60 fucking quid.
I know.
So yeah, I got it on. I got it on disc. Good old disc. And I say 47 was as cheap.
You can't beat it.
You can't beat it. 47 was well. It's yours. It's yours, isn't it? Now you see on disc, it's yours. You know, in 20 years' time, when
can't take it off you.
No, exactly. In 20 years' time, when Sony shuts all the servers down and you can't play any games, you'll still have this, and you'll say, "I can play this. It's mine. It's mine, you bastards."
Yeah, they could literally just take it off you, or they just say, "Oh, sorry, that download code didn't work. Tough shit. You're not having it."
Exactly. They are doing that right now with PS3 games because they were supposed to shut down the store, but they've left it open because everyone complained. But now, if you go onto some of the certain PS3 games, there's now an expiry date, and the expiry date is, I think it's the 5th of the 5th or something, 1969. So basically, you can't play the game. You can't because the license has expired, and it's just their backdoor way of slowly trying to get rid of these games to slowly try and get to the point where they're going to shut down the store for good.
There's nothing I've ever bought like a full game. The only stuff I've ever downloaded that's a full game is the free stuff from the PS Plus thing. So
yeah.
I'm not really asked if I lose those, they were free anyway. But I've never. I mean, additional content I've had to download, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're from like games years ago, like Dirt and Grid and things like that. So if they left, I'd be annoyed because obviously you did pay the money at the time. But I've completed the games, I've enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of years with them. But the fact is that if someone told me I couldn't revisit an old game because that's not available anymore, then I'd be well pissed off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So would I. Unfortunately, I did. I mean the PS3. I think I've got about 2 games that I downloaded for that, and I think they were like really cheap or whatever. That's the only reason. But but the PS3 wasn't really into downloads anyway, was it? It was still basically a disc-based format, wasn't it? So
it started turning over to a downloadable format to get you ready for the PS4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it wasn't actually ever the main focus.
Exactly. But then the PS4 came out, and I started getting all the games on disc, but unfortunately, I myself did turn to the dark side, and I just started. I just started downloading them digitally, and now I must admit, I do regret it, especially with the Formula 1 games, which I've mentioned in the previous video, that they've now deleted all the old F1 games from the store, so you can't buy them anymore. And so anyone who say, "Oh, well, I'm getting to F1, I'm going to buy F1 2019 from the store," it's not there. It's gone.
Yeah.
So, hello. Hey up. It's same to you. Brass knobs on. It's that other English guy. Good evening.
Evening.
The Brits are serving you proud, Dave.
Yeah, it's only the Brits that turn up to these streams. I'll tell you, the Americans just can't be bothered anymore.
Oh, dear. Damn Yankees.
Do you know what, Jamie? I'm still getting comments the other week from that stream we did with Joe's nipples.
Right.
I'm serious. I've had comments. Yeah, it's all about Joe's nipples, apparently. I don't see the attraction myself, but there you go.
Maybe next time we speak to him, we should advise him to start an OnlyFans.
You go.
He should. Yeah. I think he'd make a bit of money, to be honest, on that.
Well, he could invest that money in ERL, couldn't he?
He could. Yes.
Don't be daft.
Yes, perhaps he could buy us a safety car that works. Whoopsie.
Or a website that works on a phone.
Oh, is his website not working on the phone?
No, it never updates the standings. It's like 4 races out of date before he finally does something different that he has to do compared to the PC version of it to the tablet version. Really weird.
Do you know why he picks that website, Josh?
Because it's free.
Because it's free. Yeah, you just did the nail on the head. Because it's free. Yeah. Oh my God.
That website has been going since 2010. Can you believe it?
I know. I can.
Yeah, look, it looks 12-year-old.
Yeah. But then also, if you type in ERL Racing League, there is actually another one that comes up.
There is, yeah.
And I can't remember if I mentioned. I probably did and forgot. Probably about 7 or 8 years ago. But I was saying to Joe, maybe he could try and take a lawsuit out against him.
Yeah, why not? Oi, we're the official ERL.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did notice a little while back there's a German version as well of the Elite Racing League. That came up in one of my feeds. So and it's quite a big league as well, full of like pretty decent drivers, unlike us. So yeah.
How dare you? Speak for yourself, Dave. I'm a professional.
Exactly, me too. Professional idiot. That's me.
Hey, your points run continues, Dave.
I know, but that was lucky. That was lucky on Monday. That was well lucky. Only because Ollie had 12-second penalties. I completely forgot he had 12 seconds, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to get a point. I'm not going to get a point. And it came up at the end screen. I was like in 10th, and I went, ah! I was so happy. I was so happy.
I really enjoyed that race Monday, actually. For a change.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I was recovering from birthday celebrations, so I wasn't making it.
We guessed you were, Josh. We guessed you were.
I think I let Kyle know because he messaged me at like 11 o'clock. It's like, are you racing tonight? Are you on? I'm like, I've just come back from a bottomless brunch. I don't think so. Fuck's sake. It's the only time I ever drink Prosecco because they give it out in bottles at bottomless brunches. I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll have it. It's free. Well, it's not free. You pay for it, but you get your money's worth.
Indeed.
So anyway, how's my video doing? Am I YouTube famous yet?
I don't know, and I can't tell, can I? You'll have to look for me.
Oh, hang on then. I'll have a look.
Because if I back out, you can't hear me or see me.
What obviously I'm still doing stuff now. That's why I think I'm hanging the washing up at the minute. But what have you discussed the new F1 game yet?
He's been into it briefly.
Very briefly.
Have you got it yet, Jamie? Has it come early for you, or?
So because I've got EA Play, I've got the 10-hour free trial.
All right.
So yeah, I've been playing it. I've played it for just under 4 hours at the moment. I've still got like 6 hours 20 left of my free trial.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah, it's all right. At least I've got something for me £20 a year or whatever it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, to be fair, that EA Play. I mean, I know it's not a few of your guys' cup of tea or whatever, but you actually get like the NHL games on there and NFL games as well, things like that.
So it's not just the F1 thing you bought it for then.
No, I had it. I've had it for probably since it come out, which I think was sometime during COVID.
Yeah.
But
that's all right. How is the game?
So yeah, I like it. The presentation is it's very good. I mean, there's a few bits in the menus where obviously it is a bit different.
Right.
Takes half hour or so maybe just to get your way around it. As far as the actual racing goes, I mean, for the first time in I think forever, I started a My Team thing. And there's a lot of good options. I'll give them that. If you're into playing like the career and all that, there's a ton of options. I mean, even things like the safety car, for example, you can either have it turned off, you can have it on reduced, you can have it on standard, or you can have it on high.
Right, okay.
So depending on obviously what you put on, is
how frequent it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like if it's just a minor thing, you ain't going to get a safety car if you put it on reduced, you know.
Yeah.
But if you put it on high and there was even just a minor thing, then obviously it's going to come out. The other thing I think it was on one of the other games, but I know a lot of people use it. Is you've got the option, like, so when a safety car does come out, you can have the AI take over for you,
Right.
or you can drive it yourself, and that's the same with like formation laps as well.
Okay.
So little bits like that I quite like. There's a lot of like options with. See, the thing is, I never played 2021 because Joe just said, right, we ain't going to use that for the league.
Yeah, I was exactly the same, Jamie.
So some of these might have already been on that, and I'm just waffling on about shit that was already there. But, there's
How's the handling though? Does it feel all right? Does it feel usable for online?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. It's very difficult at the moment. I don't know whether whether someone comes up, one of these YouTubers, i.e. one of yous.
Don't fucking look at me.
You know, like you can go online and you'll get someone come up with some decent pad settings or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless someone comes up with a pretty genius, it's difficult with the pad.
Right.
It's extremely difficult. It's not so bad in the fast corners. You have, I mean, I have it on medium traction.
Yeah.
You do have to be so, like, if you, like, accidentally go full throttle out of a corner, then your rear end is going to be spinning round.
You're gone. Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it. Yeah, you're just, like, there's no, I mean, even off the fucking start-finish line. I mean, literally, started a race. Literally, the first race that I ever done. So, started the game up, just put it in like Grand Prix mode or whatever. Lights go out, and on 2020, you'd literally just hold down the trigger, and your car would go off the line in a straight line. Well, on this, my car decided that it wanted to spin round in fucking circles.
Fuck's sake.
So you literally have to. Well, I mean, maybe that's being a bit over dramatic, but seriously, my back end was fucking all over the place until I come off the throttle.
Yeah.
You have to have that little. You can't be on full throttle. You have to like just fucking feather it just about, So that was difficult.
Right.
Then, yeah, it's just hard. I mean, sometimes I was going around Bahrain and I was thinking, right, I've got a grip of this now. And then I was going around corners like 10, 11, 12, 13, like after the DRS straight.
Yeah.
So I've probably done about 6 clean laps where I thought, all right, this is actually all right. I'm actually getting used to this. And then literally one corner later, it's like, bang, back end's gone. And you don't see a necessary reason for why it's
There's no predictability to it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was me. Maybe I did just get on the throttle too much, but it's like it's difficult to control,
Could be bad news for the ERL then at this rate.
I'll be gutted because it actually does look quite smooth. I mean, but not everyone wants to. I personally, I could probably turn traction control on, but I know it makes you slower, and as well, it's not. Really...
Yeah, you've got to get the balance, haven't you? That's the thing. Why would you want to purposely be slower just to do it? If you, the aim of the game is to be as quick as you possibly can be, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you don't, I'd never
if all pad players are going to have to be full traction control, then the ones with the wheels get a massive advantage anyway. It kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult. I'm hoping I was going to play some tonight, actually, later on and see what happens.
I mean, there might be a patch come out for it or something,
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the actual, like, my team thing, like, I was actually really enjoying it. Like, that's actually quite good.
All right.
Like, the whole way it's set out, I did actually really enjoy that. I got Liam Lawson as my teammate, which was good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But you can choose your teammate from, like, there's loads of them to choose from. Yeah, that was pretty decent. The what else was it? Oh, so the second race is Jeddah.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What, mate? That we could not have that in the ERL race if we play it seriously. You'll play it once and you'll find out why. It's absolute carnage.
Yeah.
It is literally, even just against the AI. I had the AI on 80, which apparently is like the lowest form of expert.
Right. Okay.
Because it tells you as you're putting the bar up.
Yeah, it goes advanced or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I'll just stick it on 80 because I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, honestly, it's that Jeddah track is something else. It's a fucking disaster. I've tried getting round it about 20 times.
You just can't.
Yeah, and I was like, I never usually, because I was just learning. I was like, right, flashback, and now I've put myself into a position where I use the flashback, but I come out the pits and hit Gasly straight up the arse, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Fantastic.
Which is quite amusing.
Yeah,
it's just, but yeah, it's just crazy. The AI, I got to admit, I found them really good. I literally most of the time get a game, play it online, don't even touch career or single player.
Campaign mode or anything, yeah.
Cannot remember the last time. I mean, even on like things like Call of Duty and FIFA, I just play online. I never do the campaigns. But for me, I really enjoyed it. The AI are good. Like, it's competitive.
Yeah.
I was like, so you can choose when you start off, you can either be a front runner, midfield, or at the rear. I chose to be a midfield like setup, and to be fair, I am midfield. Like, I'm like, where did I finish? Bahrain, I finished 11th. I think I finished, or 12th.
Yeah, so midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had what made it enjoyable for me was I had a really competitive race. I was racing I was like in a DRS trail with Gasly, Bottas, and I think Mick Schumacher was behind me, and it was actually, like, I was quite surprised. I know, like I say, I haven't done that for ages, but I didn't expect the AI to be able to keep that constant sort of battle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and keep it enjoyable. Because, like, some games, like, I mean, if I played FIFA against a computer, it don't matter if I put it on fucking legendary, I'll probably win most games about 6-0.
Yeah.
There's once you sort of work out a way to do, like, beat them.
It's like you can work out their algorithm and how it works, and you kick it there, they go that way, and then you work it out, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, that's exactly it. You work out the algorithm of how the AI is going to play. But I quite enjoyed that the AI on this seemed very like competitive and different,
That's good then. Well, Dave will be able to find out, won't he, when he plays it?
I was going to say Dave will enjoy it. It'd be, yeah.
Yes, for the career modes and the all seasons, Dave. What are you doing for the stream tonight, Dave? Are you doing a live stream online, or are you doing a career mode?
I'm gonna do it online and just like I do every year, just go through some of the bits on the game and whatever. Yeah. If you remember my classic, I think it was 2020 live stream, wasn't it?
2 minutes, sorry.
Okay, Jamie. All right. If you remember my classic live stream I think it was 2020, wasn't it? When I actually was trying to design that livery, and because I'm colourblind, I couldn't get the colours right. And as you said, it's like a rabbit caught in the headlights. You tried to look away, but you just couldn't. And yeah, I'll be doing something more like that. I'm hoping there's still a vanilla driver career in 2022, because I haven't heard, because they've been slowly over the years pushing that to one side. It's like sort of an afterthought. Last year's game, it really was. I mean, it was still there, but it was hidden away in the menus. And I'm just hoping they haven't got rid of it, because if they have, if they have, that's the end of the all seasons. Because I'm not doing all seasons as on my team. That's because that's not the all seasons at all. The all seasons is about being in a proper team, moving teams. That's the whole idea of the point of the thing in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm hoping the driver career is still
I think
there.
it will be there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be there.
Yeah, I mean, they push it.
But again, it might, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, they push it to the background every year, but hopefully it will still be there. So, yeah. Anyway, we got quite a few questions in the chat.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I was just going to ask you, what was your hoping will still be there?
The actual, like, vanilla driver career. You know, when you're not in my team, you're actually sort of driving for any of the F1 teams.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
Well done. Okay, everyone.
The all seasons is safe for another year.
All seasons till 2026 now. I knew you'd be excited by that. Anyway, we got questions. JW97 says, "Wakey, wakey, Josh." I think he's saying you look asleep. Anyway,
I'm laying on my bed. That's what it is.
yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, glory to someone. I'm not going to say your name, otherwise you'll get
Putin.
Shut up. Otherwise you'll get me into trouble. He says, "Mine and Josh's birthday on the same day, by the way." Are they? Well done.
They are indeed, yes. We found that out last year or the year before when I did the birthday Q&A thing. And he went, "Is your birthday really the 27th of June?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely is." He's like, "Oh, mine is as well." There you go. Nice.
It's a small world. JW97 says there's rain for... This is talking about Silverstone this weekend. There's rain for Friday and Saturday. Ironic, on the day I go to Silverstone, it isn't, which is Sunday.
Well, surely that's better, though. I mean, like, a wet qualifying could mix it up to make it a really exciting race, so you could be in for a treat there. You don't get wet, but you get all the excitement of a wet race because of the out-of-position cars, and there you go.
Exactly.
But you get a suntan.
A suntan at Silverstone, and that would be a first. Matthew D'Souza says, "Is this full traction or medium traction?" I think that's to Jamie. Were you on medium or full, Jamie?
Yeah, that was on medium traction.
Medium traction, there you go. Glory to someone says, I think he's talking
Putin!
I think he's talking to you, Josh. He says, "Good thing Vips wasn't your teammate." No, sorry, that would be to Jamie then, wasn't it?
That was to Jamie, yeah.
Oh, he is still on the game, actually. Whether they do an update, whether they update it and take him off, he was still there when...
High-tech driver number 2 or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
As a question mark as a face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see a few problems there.
Oh, a bit Ray. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
Liam Lawson's always been my F2 love, or since he come into it anyway.
He's a mega driver. I cannot believe he's only 10th in the standings. The look. I mean, like, he had all those podiums, like, in the first 3 rounds. Like, and then all of a sudden, like, they didn't put the wheel on right. They fucked up with strategies. He broke down. Like, for fuck's sake.
He's, the thing I like about him, just quickly, so Dave can carry on with the questions, is that he's got an attitude that when he does come into F1, like everyone who's not a Red Bull fan, which obviously doesn't include me, is gonna fucking hate him. And I love that because he looks like a nice kid, and he is really. But when he's on the track, he's got an attitude. And you think like Lewis fans hate Max? Seriously, they will absolutely despise him when he comes into F1.
I agree.
And I'm going to sit there just laughing at him because, you know.
Carry on with the questions, Dave. Come on, quick fire.
So Glory says, "Don't worry, Jeddah is a disaster in real life as well." Matthew D'Souza says, "I probably lose 90% of FIFA games on Legendary."
Oh, there you go, Matt.
You need some training from me, Matt. I don't think I've said it many times, but I used to be like in the top 50 in the world. So, you know.
There you go. Look at that. Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day.
Before I retired, I still play it, but before I retired from non-stop gaming, as it were.
We all had that era.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was race driver grid. I was in the fucking top 5 in the touring cars, like track, lap times on multiplayer. I was fucking mental, that.
Will F1 says... Sorry, carry on.
Go, Dave. Sorry, quick fire questions. Go on, carry on. Sorry, I'm just talking shit and
Will
bigging
F1
myself
says driver career mode is still there as usual. Yes!
Yay! Whoa!
And thankfully he says so I can kick Stroll out.
There you go. Yeah.
Glory to someone's trying to promote his own name several times. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Well, I'm saying it on your stream, Dave, so it makes no difference. The YouTube algorithm got, well, Dave didn't say it.
Exactly.
Would he do a Bernie and take a bullet for him?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's a point, actually.
Now, I'm glad you said that, Jamie, because as I said, I've got to cut the stream short tonight because I've got to be back in about another hour and a half or whatever. So, as a final talking point, you have just hit the nail on the head because this has exploded everywhere. I've seen the interview myself on the lovely Good Morning TV or whatever it was. And
what was he doing on there?
I honestly, Josh, I think they basically said to Bernie, look, we've got a lovely day out for you, Bernie. We've got a little television interview for you. Just come on. And he went, yeah, all right. And that's how it happened. I'm sure it did. They just wheeled him out of the care home.
It's all British Grand Prix week, isn't it? It's all...
Yeah. You know. But anyway, so to finish on, gentlemen, I'd like your comments on that fantastic statement from Bernie Ecclestone saying he would take a bullet for Mr. Putin. And Mr. Putin, I've seen his bloody name again, I have seen today has been on the television because apparently, I don't know if you saw this, but at the G7 summit the other day, all the politicians were around the table and they were taking the piss out of Mr. Putin by saying, oh, shall we all get our shirts off and start showing our pecs? Which I thought was pretty funny, but Mr. Putin didn't think that was funny at all. And he said today in a statement, obviously converted from Russian to English, that would be a horrendous sight.
Okay, he seems to have taken it in good humour then. I was going to say, if you're going to do something like that, you've got to take the... I'm
not being funny though, but how serious do they think he actually is then, or lacking of seriousness? Because if they're making jokes about the guy that's literally got all the buttons to pretty much all the nukes in the world, while he's in this fragile state of mind at the moment, last thing you want to be doing is taking the piss out of him.
Exactly. But I mean, I certainly don't believe he's in any kind of fragile state of mind anyway. I mean, that's just... I meant fragile as in terms of being mental. I was kindly wording it, Dave. Yeah.
Regarding Bernie, I mean, how old is he now?
He's got to be in his 90s, surely.
400 and something?
Yeah, 420.
Shakespeare were about, weren't he, when he started F1?
Not that I don't think my dear old nan, God rest her soul, or my granddad, who's still alive, who's actually in his 90s, I don't think they'd go that far. The thing that we tend to forget as a younger generation is that the generation that they grew up in was completely different. You know, some of the things they used to say, do, this, that, and the other, like they lived through that for 40 odd years, and it's like ingrained in them.
Yeah, and to add to that as well, Jamie, it's the fact as well of they've already lived quite a lot of shit. And now they're at the stage of their life where they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's pretty, That's
it don't matter to them if they offend anyone, does it? Oh, fuck it, I'm 83, I'm 85, I'm 90. What the fuck's it matter? I don't give a shit.
I mean, my nan used to say some, like, not massively bad things. Not like, I'm not talking like, you know, she weren't a fucking massive racist or anything like that. But every now and then, if we were talking about something, she would say something and I'd go, Nan, you can't use that word anymore.
It's pack that in,
It wasn't the word that's been, you know, very highlighted this week. It was old school words that they used to use. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with him, like you say, he just sees the world differently. Do you know what I mean? Bernie sees the world differently, and not only that, Putin probably at some point has funded him for something, or they've done business deals.
Clearly.
And, you know.
Well,
at the end of the day, is a bit of a senile old bastard that don't really give a shit what people think about him. He doesn't give a shit about what he thinks about other people. He doesn't care if he offends anyone. He's not arsed. He's sat on a yacht somewhere or sat in a massive fucking mansion somewhere that's got more rooms than I'll ever go in my entire life. You know, what does it matter? He's been paid a handsome sum of money on this morning, and they've gone, right, Bernie, what do you fancy doing? And he's gone, do you know what? I'll take a bullet for that bloke. And I mean, they've all gone, you can't say that. Well, I can, and I have. There you go.
the other thing is money protects money. You know, like,
Well, it was like when he had all this embezzlement scandal and everything, wasn't it? As he was leaving F1, and the German courts were like, yeah, pay us 160 million and you're innocent. So he just paid to be innocent. Like, what the fuck's all that about?
yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Not for the first time, Josh. Just asked Michael Jackson.
Well, there you go. Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, although he's been thrown out now, hasn't he?
Oh yeah,
But he paid a lot of people off for a long time.
83, he will be leaving prison now. 83.
Someone needs to change this song that he done years ago, In the Closet. To
I Can Believe I Can Fly.
need to do a parody version of In the Closet to something about prison.
Yeah, in the prison.
Yeah, I mean he's not going to live that long, 83 anyway. So he's basically going to die in prison. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the fact is as well, like just going back to the money breeds money thing and protects money and all that sort of stuff is where's Jeffrey Epstein's black book that's got all his contacts in that's miraculously gone missing since he hung himself in prison?
Mm-hmm.
Probably on a fire somewhere.
Yeah. What's it? Oh, fuck. Oh, Clintons are in here, and oh God, Al Andrews in here. Oh shit, get it in fire, Margaret. Get rid of that. Come on. Money protects money, doesn't it? There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, the thing is, we see this going on, like, you know, with people like Epstein and the Maxwell, who's now in prison for 20 years. But
I mean, how long's she actually going to survive in prison, though? I mean, I'm surprised she's made it this far, but they didn't want to make it too. You know, she'll get murdered in prison now by a gang member or something, and it's not going to be that at all, is it? It's going to be prison door's been left open, and they've paid this bloke a handsome sum of money to go kill her. That's how it's going to work out.
Yeah. And the thing is, this has all happened. It's still going on. You know, you're just not.
It is.
You know, you never hear about it until it's someone, you know, big in the news anyway. But it's still going on right now. You know, this kind of thing is never going to stop. It's still going to carry on. So, you know, it doesn't really make much difference, to be honest.
Because the Epstein thing only came out because of Harvey Weinstein, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was like the first one, and then it kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah, I couldn't believe also how much they were involved in like the film industry. I saw recently about 5 or 6 films, and both of those were on like executive producers of those films, and I'm talking really, really big films. Pulp Fiction was one of them that comes to mind. They were the executive producers.
Yeah, I'm going to say Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, they were the executive producers of Pulp Fiction. So they were really endemic in Hollywood. And, you know, if you're going to do that sort of thing, Hollywood it's like, you know, that is the place where that goes on, isn't it, all the time?
It's a cult, isn't it? It's a cult.
It is a
Once
cult.
you get there, you can do what the fuck you like.
Yeah, it is a cult. It really is.
That's us going massively off topic anyway. Again.
As always.
But related to Bernie in some way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Bernie was in Epstein's little black book. Who knows?
Who knows?
Allegedly. Don't go fucking coming killing me, anyone. If I wake up dead in the morning, it's a result of this stream.
Matthew says Bernie's lost it for at least a decade, let's be honest. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But as I say, he doesn't care. Doesn't care. He's just reached that age now where,
The thing is, he probably doesn't. He probably wakes up in the morning and doesn't fucking remember what he said yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This will be me in about 30 years. I'll be doing these live streams and I'll be saying some outrageous shit. And everyone will be going, he can't say that. The next morning I won't remember it.
When?
I'll do another
in
one.
30 years' time or now, Dave?
Well, yeah, true. It's getting there. I'm on the cusp of getting to that point, yeah.
Did you see the thing I posted in the chat earlier?
Probably not.
No.
Jamie?
So there was a thing on Gaming Bible earlier that they're gonna class fucking hell. They're going to class, so they want to class teabagging in games like Call of Duty and that. They want to class it as sexual assault.
Oh wow! Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, I read that earlier and just couldn't. I was absolutely wetting myself. That, do you know what I mean? That's why I sent the message to Ollie saying, like, Ollie, this time next year, mate, me and you are going to be banged up.
Yeah, that's it.
We're going to have someone kick our door in during a game of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to say welcome to the stream, Carl, for the first time.
I was wondering for about 10 minutes whether I should join anything, listening to everything.
Oh, no.
I've probably said no. If you've been listening for 10 minutes and then decided to join, that's your fault.
That's what I say every time I start these streams. I don't want to join. I don't. Oh, wait a minute. I have to.
Having never seen Carl's face before, I was just going in the nicest way possible. Who the fuck's that?
I've seen Carl's face many times. I remember him when he did his YouTube. That was donkeys years
Steady
ago.
on, Dave.
No, I remember him when he did YouTube years ago. He must have been about, what, 12, 14, something like that.
12.
There you go. See?
12.
It's a bit weird, that, Dave. Bit weird, that.
Bit weird.
What do you mean? Oh, oh.
Get in that black book.
He is 91, apparently, says glory to Putin. Bernie Ecclestone.
91, there you go then. Really doesn't give a shit.
Bet you he reaches 100. Yeah, I'll bet he does as well.
Yeah, I bet he does as well. He's got that much money he can afford to have tablets and potions and pills that we mere peasants will never get to live there. It's like all the royal family, innit? Never die young. Well, apart from Diana. We're not going there.
No, we don't.
But yeah.
I was about to say, that's the only reason the Queen's still alive, isn't it, basically?
Exactly, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheeky bastards.
And there's poor old Prince Charles. He's thinking, can you just, like, fuck off now?
Yeah, come on, Liz. Stop. Just pop your clogs, will you? Stop taking them pills. They're no good for you. Come on. Let's be having you. It's my
She's
time
all
to
right. You
shine.
leave the Queenie alone. I like the Queen.
Do you know what? I don't mind it, to be fair. I mean, I don't really agree with the whole royal family thing, but, you know, it brings money into the country, doesn't it, with people taking pictures of Buckingham Palace, so fuck it, why not?
And she's doing a good
I was
job.
going to say, yeah, literally, Josh just said exactly what I was going to say. Like, now, like, I mean, the amount of revenue that they bring in this country is, like, from tourism is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you get all the American. I mean, obviously, I work up in London quite a bit, and you get all the Americans, the Chinese, and all that all coming over.
Yeah. Yeah, the splash out.
Yeah, it's crazy, like the amount of people they bring over.
And the Queen's stopping Charles from being on the throne. That's the most important thing. So I hope she lives until she's 120.
I mean, what's Charles going to do? He can't get on the throne for, like, potentially another 10 years or so. He must be really holding in that shit.
Exactly. I mean, and once he's there, it'll be ridiculous. I mean, it'll be, you know, everyone go and save a tree or whatever, and he'll just demand everyone.
I mean, we're doing that anyway, though,
Yeah,
Dave, aren't we? To be fair,
I know.
I can't fucking dealing with any of it. To be
But
honest with you,
he'll just go mental on all that stuff, won't he? So leave the Queen where she is. That's what I say. And I hope she's still around for another 10 years at least. Then she can go, because I think that'll be a time should be up. But at the moment, she needs to stay there and stop Charlie and that bloody horse-faced wife of his, whatever her name is, Camilla. Oh, she's horrible, isn't she? Jesus Christ.
I don't know whether he's ever told you this, and I doubt. Well, he might be watching. I don't know, but do you know?
Oh, Prince Charles.
Yeah.
No. Ollie actually lives down the road from Camilla's estate.
Oh no!
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, literally, like, I don't know, like, I can't think, probably about a 10-15 minute walk.
Wow.
Oh, really? That close? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
But he said the only time, like, so because obviously, like, there's like public walking paths around, like, close to the estate.
Yeah.
But it's only when she's at home, they have like the police at the they'll have a police car sort of at the end of the path on the main road, so you can't go up there.
Yeah, which I guess makes sense, but at the same time.
But other than that, yeah, there is areas around our estate that's actually like public footpath.
Any more questions, Dave? Quick fire.
No, that's it. We're done.
Oh,
Everyone's fallen asleep now. It always happens after about an hour and a half.
that's it.
Everyone's fallen
Devastated.
asleep.
Dave's gonna cry into his game that Lulu in on the case.
That's how long you've been watching it. That's more than 10 minutes ago, Kyle.
Yes.
You know.
Lulu! Poor Lulu! Poor Lulu! Where are you, Lulu? Come back, Lulu. I'm going to start a campaign. I'm sorry. I'm committed. Well, I should be committed anyway. But I'm definitely committed to a campaign. Bring back Lulu on the cover of F122.
I'm sure it won't take I'm sure someone will get there before you, Dave.
Probably.
I'm sure someone's already on it.
Probably.
Yeah.
You'll have the rare edition, Dave. Keep hold of it.
Yeah.
I will. Yes.
Don will refuse to buy it now because it ain't good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking game.
He'll have bought Champions Edition, won't he?
Fucking
bought
game.
Fucking shit game.
Oh, dear.
I haven't even played it yet.
Do you remember the days when you used to buy a game? You remember the days when you used to buy a game and you used to get a booklet with it, which was literally like a small telephone directory? Do you remember those days?
Yes.
Yeah. Now look at this. Now look at this.
One sheet.
That's it.
What's the point of having those tabs?
I've no idea. Now, what does it say on the sheet? Have we got anything interesting, like, how to set up any settings or whatever?
I'm going to say no.
How to link your PlayStation Network online ID to an EA account. And that's what it's all about, Josh. And on the other page it says, need help. Well, I do need help, but not from EA.
Oh, God, yeah, if you haven't had an EA game before, you'll have to get an EA account.
I know. Not happening.
Oh, shit. Do we actually have to sign up to that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing.
No, I'm not buying it then. Fuck it. I won't buy it anyway, but I'm not buying it.
It's nothing. I don't think I've ever had. All it does is it like I think you get more points for stuff like, like it puts games. So if you play like 3 or 4 different EA games, I think you accumulate points or something. I think that's how it works.
I haven't got it with me, but I'm going to go on about it again because I always do. F197, okay? The booklet inside F197. It's a work of art. It really is. The detail on the tracks, the full colour photos of the tracks. It's beautiful. It really is. Absolutely beautiful. But there you go. That was 97.
One of the best things about opening a new game was going through the booklet and like.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they used to have like cheat codes within the text and everything, didn't they? Like for certain things.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Do you not think though, like how like we're in a state of like devolution at the minute? Because you think like 2 and 3 people, that's all they used to have to make games like F197 and things like that, and now they've got 300. And it looks nicer. It's more playable in a lot of ways, but then in the same way, it doesn't have that grip. There's nothing there to keep you playing. There's no replay factor.
Yep, exactly.
It's very, very wooden, very quickly.
Yeah, well, you know what they say: too many chefs.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. What have you been up to, Kyle? Oh, exciting.
I had my exam today.
Oh, God, and then you're here.
Yeah.
Disaster.
What a day.
What a day. What exam were it?
Maths.
Oh, fuck. My God, I can't do maths, me.
And 3.5 hours in a classroom.
Oh God, 3.5. Was that how long the exam was?
Yes,
Fuck that.
it was
Oh,
about.
I'd have been out of there, mate. After the first half an hour, yeah, I've done. Fuck it off. What were it about? What maths?
Or it was the different ones.
Loads of different ones. Like what? Like, oh God, fractions and percentages used to fuck me right off.
Them.
Bit
Oh,
of
there you go.
algebra, bit of fractions, bit of percentages, bit of
Yeah.
area.
Bit of algebra. Sling that in for shits and gigs, innit?
Tell you what, my work sent. So basically, when I started my new job at Southeastern, it don't matter who you are, where you come from, whatever. Now they put you on this apprenticeship thing,
Right.
and so it was about
Oh
6
my
months.
God,
It was,
Dave,
it was
they're all arriving.
Oh my
It
God.
was about 6 months ago. I had to go and do the maths test thing for it because they are. If you've already got the certificates from school and all that, like you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I left school 20 years ago, and I've moved house about 5 or 6 times since then.
You've not got them.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to do this maths thing. Honestly, like my head was just blown. I was just like, "What the fuck is this? This is not how I got taught in school." I literally, and I'm not stupid. Like, I must do this stuff every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah. But it's mental, not on paper.
Yeah, but it was all that stuff you just said. Algebra, turning fractions into decimals, and vice versa.
Don't.
Like area. Even the multiplication of it, the way these kids get taught multiplication now, I was just like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Even like division and all that. Anyway, so we go
How can they
through
fuck
it.
that up?
It's like one day, this training thing, and then the test is meant to be the next day. And I got that much the ump with her. Well, she gave us a choice anyway. She said, oh yeah, you can, the test is tomorrow, but if you don't feel comfortable doing it, this, that and the other. And like, so straight away, I was just like, yeah, not doing that. No way. And that was 6 months ago. They was meant to get back in touch with me, but never have.
All the suckers that went through it and then failed. You're on the winning end there.
Oh, it's crazy. I could not. I couldn't believe it. And I didn't do bad at maths in school, but nowadays it's completely different.
Yeah.
Or Jamie, they teach you shit that you're never going to use after you get out of school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now,
Work out
Dave,
the area
my
of
bad
this
for-
triangle. Well, I'll just measure all three sides, thanks. It's all right. I don't need to work out that one.
Well,
Yeah, Dave,
I'm 36, and she was trying to teach me stuff that I'm still never going to fucking use. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking bastards.
My bad, Dave. My bad for joining so late. I just woke up.
I know. I'm glad you're here, Dom, because you can address a horrendous crime that has happened with F122. Now, can you spot the horrendous crime, Dom, on the game?
do it quick, because I've only got 2% battery left.
Isn't it with Norris on the left?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that-
If it's
Charles in the middle.
yeah.
Russell on the right.
Russell on the right. Where's Lulu? Where's Lulu?
Yeah. Yeah. What? I'm surprised they didn't put Max on the cover either.
Where's Lulu?
Fucking, that's ridiculous. They're on the Champions Edition. That's where we found them.
Yeah, they bunged them on there because it's another 25 quid more. So yeah, put it on there. But on the standard,
Did they
nah,
even
fuck
make
'em.
it? They didn't even make a Champions Edition for the disc.
Oh, but they're not. I thought they had.
They didn't do that with 21 either. Like you had to get you bought it through an up. Like it was like instead of paying the extra 20 for the disc, it was like you paid it through the store. It was like you would buy DLC.
Oh, well, there you go then. He's not on any cover.
Oh,
So
poor
2021
Lulu.
was like that too.
Poor Lulu.
He will keep,
No,
he
Lulu.
will keep his podium streak alive this
No,
weekend at
Lulu.
Silverstone.
No, Lulu.
Right, I've got 1% battery, so I'm going to go now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dave
Jamie.
really needs to leave as well because he's got to get his
Yes.
food and then come on
Yes,
for the
come on
streaming
again
of
later on.
22.
Yes. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me tonight. You've been awesome, as always. And thanks for Carl for turning up for the first time.
Yeah. Thanks for Don for turning up 5 minutes. It's appreciated. It's still more than what Dom did and Joe.
Yep, exactly.
Got to remember that. It's not how long you're here.
It's not how long you're here.
It's
just about turning
I'm
up.
so glad you turned up because I wanted to get that in. I've been so excited that you were going to
Hey,
turn
Dave,
up.
when are you going to start playing it?
I'm going to start playing it a little bit later on, as soon as I've had my dinner, and I shall be back on the PS4, live streaming it. God help me.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jamie. See you later, mate.
I'll pick mine up first thing tomorrow morning when GameStop opens.
Nice. Yeah, I ordered mine online, and I say sometimes they deliver them a bit early, and I got it today. I was not happy. I wanted
But
it
yeah, I
tomorrow.
wonder what made them put Lando Norris on the cover.
Oh, I don't know. That's because everyone loves Lando. Lando, we love you, Lando.
Don't be touching kids like that, Dave. Get locked up.
Watching me on YouTube and well,
Oh, don't, Kyle. Don't. We're going to end up getting him shut down.
I'm already turning to Bernie Ecclestone already.
So Joe and Dom never showed up today?
No,
No.
they didn't. No, couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered.
Maybe Dobbs learned how to fucking cook chicken.
Probably.
Another one.
Another one.
Josh is the group without the new.
Fucking dry.
Glory to Putin says goodbye from Glory, greatest leader. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much. Oh,
Hey
dear.
Josh, happy belated birthday, Josh.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry I didn't race. I was recovering from the previous antics of my birthday on Monday.
Yeah, I forgot to message you on Monday.
That's all right. Don't worry about it, mate. It's fine. It's all good. I'm only 28. It don't matter. Doesn't matter anyway. It's only a fucking
28?
birthday, isn't it? Everyone has a birthday.
Good God.
But well, you'll be here. You'll be at Brazil Monday, right?
Yeah. I'll be at Brazil. Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
a
should
shit
be there.
show for me.
Oh, I don't know. It should be good. I like Brazil. You've done well at Brazil before.
Last race was fucking terrible. I just had no pace whatsoever.
If it rains,
It normally rains as well, which is nice.
fuck off. No more rain. Austria was enough. I
Yeah.
won that race. If it wasn't for the rain, I could have won.
See, the rain in Brazil got me a win.
Don't worry, you're number 2 driver now. After the last 2 races, yeah.
Well, one I didn't show up and one you took me out, so, you know.
Glory to
Technically, I've got
Putin.
6.
Glory to Putin says, oi, my birthday too. We've forgotten, lads, to wish you a
Yeah,
birthday
joint
as well.
birthdays. Yeah.
So
I actually-
happy birthday to you. Yes.
Putin's favourite fan.
I'm not going to say your name again, otherwise I'm in enough trouble with YouTube as it is. So just leave it now, okay? Just leave it. Can you please change that name to something more appropriate? Something more appropriate. Thank you. It's a personal message from me.
Yeah,
And
like hopefully F122 is a game we can finally switch from 2020.
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't worry, Dom. It won't be.
I saw this glitch online. I think it was a 50% or 25% race online. Safety guy was at back of the grid, and he just overtook everyone and got into first with no penalty.
Sounds
Nice.
About right. Sounds about right.
Starters mean to go on.
Yep. I think after this
I
season,
wonder if Joe's gonna.
we're going back to 2010. I think that's the proper
Yeah.
thing.
Do you know what I would?
I think that's the proper thing to do, to be honest. Yes, Dom.
No, so I assume Joe's gonna have a practice lobby sometime within the next week.
Oh no, it'll be longer
Good luck
than
with
that.
that.
It'll be longer than that. It'll be about a fortnight because he has to.
We've got to finish this season off, haven't we?
Yeah, he's got to take the game
Well, no,
apart.
sometimes he does. Like the last time when we first went to 2020, he did like a practice lobby, like on a Thursday or Friday, if he was able to get people.
Yeah, but Dom, that's because he liked that game. If you
Yeah,
don't
don't
like
forget 2021 actually coincided with the last week that we did 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because you said, oh, yeah, we're finished with this game now, so I'm fucking it off because we weren't mid season.
Yeah,
And then he did the practice lobby and then said, we're not doing it.
yeah, that was right. I remember that.
I hope we actually do change.
See, I'm not getting it. So, I mean, I think that the league needs to have 2022 because you need to move on at some point. But yeah,
We'll work something out, Josh. Don't worry. We'll work something out.
That's all right. We'll sort something out. I was saying to you, Dave, we'll do like a Wednesday or some stream.
Yeah.
Just
We'll work
2020, and whoever wants to join us from the ERL can. Something like that.
Also, doesn't help that half of us are from like Europe and the other half are from America.
You are, Kyle?
It doesn't help that half of us are from like Portugal and England. The other half's from America.
Yeah, it's a bit shit with time zones, isn't it? But we can work something out. It's not too bad. We'll work it out.
I mainly want the silver Mercedes back.
Yeah, there you go. That's all Don wants.
Yeah, 2022. Drive it with no side pod.
There you go. No side pods. Mid grid.
Yeah, I wonder what their so-called upgrade will be this week.
Well, they're doing some adjustments to the floor, aren't they, for the porpoising stuff? They're allowed to have more rear floor stakes and things, not just Mercedes, every team. So I think they're going to be the big ones because they've been told that they're allowed to actually break the rule when it comes to the floor about how many stays they can have by up to 4 over what the limit is at the minute. So, yeah, it's a weird one, but it's trying to stop the porpoising.
What was it, Canada? They found out their bouncing issue is from them running too stiff of a suspension.
Yeah, that was a weird one, that.
So
it was a bizarre one. You'd have thought they'd have found that out a bit sooner
like I
than they
told
did.
you, at this rate this season, I just want Hamilton to get one win.
Yeah, I still think it's achievable because like they're not that far off. It just looks bad, but they're not that far away.
Either. He's always won a race every season.
Yeah, so far.
Even when he had that shitty, was it 2009 car?
Yeah, but again, that one was. I mean, Aki Kovalainen was shit in it, but it was a shit car. But it technically had a podium in Australia. Apart from he lied about what happened with Truly. So it wasn't
what car?
The 2009 McLaren.
The worst. The car Hamilton says the worst car he ever drove.
Yeah, that was the one. But it wasn't that bad. It was a podium finish in Australia. Yeah, it was shit. It was a shit qualifier. That was the problem with it. But the race pace was actually quite good.
All I'm saying is if Lewis wins this weekend, I'm saying he's going to win the title this season. I don't care.
What if he wins this weekend?
Yeah, if he wins this weekend, I'm telling you.
Oh God, I know the power of the fucking public normally push people on, but it's not going to push him to a win. I mean, there's going to be drastic stuff happen for that.
Easy. Max and Charles hit each other. Lewis.
Yeah, Perez and Sainz break down or fall off the track.
I hope Max DNF.
And then Russell put on a compromise strategy just to help Lulu. Right, George, you're leading by 12 seconds. Box. We've got one of the mechanics in Mercedes throwing darts at the wheels while he drives past. Give him a puncture. Get rid of him. Lulu needs to win.
I honestly think this month, July, there's like 4 races, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a busy month, I think. Is it?
If Verstappen wins 2 or 3 of them races, I think it's pretty much over.
Yeah, there's 4 races in July. There is a 1 week gap because it's a 5-week month, but there's actually 4 races in July. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much for the mechanics. That's fucking bullshit.
Is it the end of July, the summer break, where they're off for like 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the weather's supposed to be this weekend for Silverstone?
Apparently, it's raining during quali and then dry for a race at the moment.
There you go.
Expect Saints to spin in the qualifying.
What a disaster.
Disaster.
Hmm.
Oh dear. Anyway, I really should go now.
Yeah, we've really outstayed as welcome, haven't we, Dave? We apologise.
Come on,
That's all
Dave.
right.
It's only about to be 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern for you. It's almost 11 p.m. for me.
That's still early.
And
11
well,
p.m.
I'm coming back in about an hour, so not on here, but on the PlayStation. So
Well, there you go. Round it up, Dave. Come on. Round it up.
Thank you
Otherwise,
very
we're going
much,
to start talking
gentlemen,
again.
for joining me this evening on Another Hookster Talks. You've been awesome as always. And thanks for everyone in the chat as well. Thank you. And I will be back in about an hour and a half to do the wonderful F122 game. So please join me for that, because it's going to be great. It's going to be great. No, it's not going to be, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. So thank you, everyone. And I will catch you later. Thank you. And good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Keep waving. Keep
Bye.
waving.
Do you want to wave from TB as well? Do you want a TB wave?
Get a bit embarrassing now because I'm still waving.
TB wave for everyone. TB wave.
It's like the rolling credits at the end of a game show, isn't it? Where you wave
Yeah,
into the camera and it
that's
just gets a bit awkward.
That's right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No one else is partaking.
Bye.
Kyle, you got to wave. Don, you got to wave.
Wave.
No.
Wave. What do you mean, no?
Dave, while ever you're waving TB's hand, this stream isn't ending.
Alright, guys. I'll touch.
Catch you later. Goodbye.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
Okay, thanks for everyone in the stream tonight. To Scott Barnes, to Glory to Putin, to... Oh my God, my tablet's gone. My tablet's gone. I can't remember the other names. Scott was in there. Glory to Putin was in there. Who else was... Matthew D'Souza was in there. Oh, it's come back. Will F1 was in there. And KTM Milner Gaming was in there as well. Thank you, everyone, tonight. Join me a little bit later, as soon as I've had some dinner, in about an hour and a half, where I will be live streaming F1 22 for the very first time. And I shall be giving you my opinion, my verdict. Yes, EA can't stop me now. No, they can't stop me. And I shall be on to show you some of the bits about the game. The bits that the big F1 YouTubers haven't showed you, because they've gone straight to my team career modes and haven't even shown any bits about the game. I'm going to go from start to finish and just show you the options and whatever, everything to do with the game, so you can sort of, you know, have a look and see whether this is the game for you or not. So anyway, I will be back in about an hour and a half. Thanks, everyone, and I will catch you later.